Hey everybody, Alex Weaver here in Studio 3, joined by Jay Fabian from the R&D Center, the Managing Director of the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. Jay, let's rewind in our minds a little bit. I know it was a busy week for everybody, but the Roval, success, fans enjoyed it. It was some good racing on the track. Recap that weekend as a whole.
Yeah, let me start out with a big shout out to Marcus and his group over there, Jerry Caproth from our side. The facility, it really looked amazing. They've made a significant investment in that event, and it showed up. The track was beautiful, and it raced really well. I think that was the key. You know, there was some things we needed to clean up from last year. This year, the chicanes and some of the track needed a little bit of help, and they fixed it up and have gone above and beyond. So that helped make it a really good race. I think obviously pretty intense battles there throughout the field, you know, whether it was for the win, whether it was Chase battling back. Larson had a penalty. He had a car fast enough to win. A lot of stuff going on there, and I think, you know, over the course of time, I think discipline is probably the key word to survive the Roval, because you can have a fast car, you can have everything go right, but if you're not disciplined and avoid mistakes, then you're not gonna win that thing.
We should have known that the craziness of the Roval and an elimination race for the round of 12 in the playoffs was going to be an insane weekend. But let's look forward now to the round of 12. We have the 12 drivers who are going to head to Dover, Talladega, and Kansas for this next round. Really anybody can win, right? Because they've put on such a good show, and every single driver I feel like in this field that's now left has been super competitive in this series.
Yeah, when you look at the playoffs, you know, the teams and drivers that were eliminated, they're great teams and drivers. And I would say that I'm surprised that they didn't transfer into the round of 12, but then I don't know who I would take out of the 12 to say that they shouldn't have made it either. So the cars and teams that are left are really good. If you look at Dover, anything can happen. Truex won the thing, started last, passed everybody, got to the front, had a really strong car. Last year, Chase Elliott did a great job, won the thing. So if you ask me who to pick for Dover, it would be pretty impossible, because there's a lot of people that run really well, and to be honest with you, there's 12 playoff drivers. You're going to leave Dover if you get a lot of stage points and you finish top 5, you're going to be happy. Well, that's less than half the field, so some of them aren't going to be leaving Dover very happy.
So the playoff pressure now, let's add Talladega into the mix on top of this, because Talladega is a wild card. You never really know what can happen. So talk about the drivers having that pressure to perform and what Talladega is going to add to that mix.
Yeah, and that, you know, straight from Dover to Talladega, I think leading into that, you get the back half of the group there that didn't finish in the top 5 or didn't come away with a lot of stage points. At Dover, they're going to feel like they have to win Talladega. I mean, and you have to have that mindset. You can't go to Talladega and think, well, I'm going to ride safe top 10, because that's where a lot of the trouble starts. So you're going to have to push it pretty hard to be in front of everyone, to try to be avoiding any of the mess that might happen. So there's probably going to be half the playoff field that is going to be trying pretty hard to win the thing at Talladega. So that should be a great show for the fans.
All right, Jay, well, you mentioned it being a heck of a race for fans and for us. We're excited to see the opening race of the round of 12 for the NASCAR playoffs. It's coming on NBCSN, 2:30 p.m. on Sunday. Jay, I appreciate you being here, and we'll see you guys right back here before we head to Talladega.